Hello and welcome back to WTCL round 6 of Sepang. We are back into Malaysia, which hosted a really good races last season. And from the qualifying grid, it looks like it will be another really good race.
Underway.
A very good race there.
Oh, no, it's already ahead.
Leicester's having a
Leicester's
shocker.
immediately down to second.
That's first.
Sad.
Mano Dion has jumped Torres on the start for 16th, and Russell dropped down to 10th.
So it's two females leading the way. Knight followed by Nikolaev.
Betsky.
Betsky. What? Ah!
Betsky's third. She had a good start, I think. Or she's,
Wait, I know
Oh,
Betsky
Betsky at the
qualified
first.
sixth. What the fuck? Nah,
Yes, last.
nah, I can't do this.
we need Lycanthrope to. Okay, Connor Ryland.
Less than down to 6 even.
Females have a field day here.
One of the
Mano
worst starts in
Dion's already up to
WTCL.
13th.
The first five are all female. I'm telling you now, there's a market for this. Leicester down to sixth then.
Links is up to 11th.
Oh, and
No!
we had just entered the shallow well for 82nd there.
Crowd up 4.
Well, that's a
Huge
four.
news right hand side.
Yeah, she started 8th as well, so good start for her.
Yeah, very good
Share
start.
Leicester next time. Rhoda in the top 10. Oh, that's a move by Balajin. As he tries to go down the inside and he gets it done, just about gets tapped on the rear though. That's not going to help him out, so he's now not going to get the job done. In fact, Firmino's now going to try and get past with the right hander, and Firmino will get past. Actually, I don't know. Let's have a look. Off the exit, Balajin comes back.
Yeah,
Balajin
Balajin. Yep, he holds it.
Oh,
No, Firmino tries it aggressively around the outside here.
Right, I'm not going to comment on whoever's going to win this battle because every time I think like this battle is done, maybe it's not over.
This is the corner you don't really overtake because the corner is very, very hard to see in. But Firmino tries it and fails, getting the horrible exit off the corner. We can see Link was getting pulled into this in a battle for. I think that's.
16th in what was a very weird qualifying session.
Yeah, I mean.
He's going down the inside on Firmino.
For 9th place. 9th place.
Ninth place, and he has got the job done on the Brazilian. They can see Eze Romanchua down behind Firmino.
Yellow flag?
That's just
Proba
here.
in the shallow well.
Oh well. The man is not good in form recently. He has just DNF'd off all.
Oh,
And Bobby nearly goes into the back of her.
Jesus Christ.
I haven't seen that. But, I mean, if you see a man going that violently into a back of a woman on the street, you're calling the police, honestly.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
No.
Dion's up to 12th on her debut for Cloud Circus Racing. As behind her is Rhoda and Abaminu.
Goldschmidt is now last. Sink is overtaking him. Oh. No. Our cameraman there in the gravel wrap has some issues getting the cameras to the track as we had seen there.
And there's
He's
Angelo
Andrew
Torres on his
GG.
I mean, he is 2 seconds up the road from Goldschmidt, so it's good for him. As we see Torres now going down the inside on you and moving up to 20th. He was ahead of him, the two NVs who are majorly out of position, the way you would expect them to be.
I mean, we can see some top drivers are struggling at the back. Cordova, Torres, Mendes, Munat. Was a very, very weird qualifying session overall with.
As we actually further up the fair, can see Boucher fighting with Barrel, yeah. These cars can carry a lot of speed.
This says a lot about feminism and the role of women in the
How do you drag
series.
feminism into a fucking comment?
Shut up. Yeah, so we can see that the women in the WTCL are not an underrated faction. They're pretty well drivers, better than some male drivers we have seen this season. I'm just gonna drop one.
Madison.
I also want to say I'm gonna drop one person here and one person only. Pro is still in the race, by the way. I don't know where he is, but
I think he's fighting with Balajin.
yep. Does he get a better exit? Balajin seems to out-drag him, having a better exit of the last corner. They're now going into the snail corner, as I like to call it, because late braking by Balajin. Can he keep it around the inside? Now, of course, in the second turn, having the outside here at the snail. No, he gets forced out by Lindqvist a bit. They almost touch, I think, and Balajan still gets the better exit, but Lindqvist is able to retaliate, I think.
Nope.
As a small group forms there.
Foul on Betsky. Close fight there. Third. Valentine ahead of Lindqvist. There's
Yeah,
the
the
final.
on the-
You can see the gap from Nikolaev down to Beksky is already 3.6 seconds. So
Yeah, look how close Kyle is to the back of.
Beksky.
I'm saying, if anyone. I'm saying, imagine telling someone that on that 3 of the first race, we would be seeing a fight for third between Shogun Yukai and Ironside. I would have sent them to the local mentor asylum with Eva.
Yeah, I would have done that as well because I don't think that's something you'd expect
Look
every
at the
weekend.
Betsky train.
I mean, she's trying to hold on for position. She knows he's in a. I'd say she's in an inferior car. Not really, but she seems to be not the best driver here. Ideally, she wants to keep on for that position as long as she can, maybe for the pit stops. And let's see what she could do out of her position.
She's slow.
She's pretty slow. She's holding up the pack quite a bit. So if there's any chance for the top 10, for the rest of the top 10 to go close here, is to hope that Beksky stays that slow and allows like the likes of Balazs, Lindqvist, Firmino having formed a little train there to close up to the back of Lichtsteiner. As we can see here,
That car is also not fast.
she's not really fast, no. I mean, you have seen the gap, it's 0.6 seconds towards the back of the field.
Although Cry got a 2
Oh,
minute
we should have a little bit
2.5 on the fastest lap, and the fastest lap from night is 2 minute 2.4. So it looks like they just lost the time somewhere.
Boucher went very wide out of turn 1, you might see. Oh, O'Connor's in the pits. I mean,
The gearbox.
so in the most who the hell cares retirement, O'Connor retires. And there you can see you fighting with Cordova, who's down in 21st. So now the second driver curse has been passed on to
Okay.
Cordova.
The reformed Nürburgring title.
Oh yeah, no, I think that
Title changes, and that's an
lineup can
engine
do damage.
failure.
I think that lineup's
Okay.
very good, you know. And
Yeah, I
then
think
for
it's a Conor
21st,
Ryan engine
I mean,
failure.
I was
Yeah, I see. It's upside down. Won't finish
I'm
this
missing
race.
something. Oh yeah, no, I can see it there. So double DNF are upside down, although they weren't really doing anything anyway. So there we go. Although to be fair, we're showing your client Ironside potentially picking up a good point. We head through here. Still no sign of the Betsky train getting broken
Oh,
up.
that's-
As we see, Luxano ahead of Leicester now. So David Leicester beginning to drop down the field like a stone in the ocean.
Ah, this is pain.
Yeah, I'm laughing. But either way, Balazs a couple of seconds down the road ahead of Lindqvist and Firmino. And then Dion, who's fighting with Navarro and Ezio. But there's crowd catching up to the back of Betsky, but, well, there we go. The little question will be, how will the pit stops affect this race? The answer is no one knows. Conor Ryan is fighting with Goldschmidt despite not having a functioning engine. I saw at the back of the field, but that lost a lot of time at the end of the
Ah,
straight
yeah,
there to
car
Betsky.
just lifted at the end of the straight, I guess. He's saving
Maybe
fuel.
I was trying to play the long game here. Let Betsky maybe wear herself out with the tyres and fuel, and then towards the end of the stint, get ahead of Betsky. Maybe pit later as well to go for the overcut. There's Conor Ryan out of the race. Pulled it off to the side of the track, so double DNF for
Nikolaev now.
upside down.
The fastest lap from Nikolaev.
Which
She's
is one
now
way second by
catching
9.
nine.
She will need to do something pretty special to catch up to that deficit, but we'll wait and see. There's Betsky in third and a Clown Boucher.
Oh, and
Five
that
different
NDA also out of the race.
Oh, DA's out? Oh. Well, he was down out of the points anyway. And then suspension, be my guess looking whether he's retired.
Probably.
Going for the corner, suspension snaps. Nothing you can do, you just got to pull over and retire. Especially at those long corners where it is a lot of stress for the car. Betsky now under pressure from Crow, although we've been saying that for about 3 laps now and nothing's happened. Down towards the hairpin and no move made. Blake Steiner, 2.5 behind this train in 6th place. So yeah. So we'll wait and see if Knight can, and Crow can actually get past Betsky for 3rd place, although after what your Betsky is in a podium place, I have no idea. Given how she's shown nothing even remotely close to this level of pace the entire season. Crow in 4th, Boucher 5th, not a good race from her, potentially.
Well, it's a good race if you think about MV being outside of the points. Stoffel are probably scoring less points currently.
Well, I mean, let's not forget, there's also aliens to go,
Santos
and we have also seen that the pit stops can just shake up the entire order, so we'll wait and see. It'll also be interesting to see if Crow will actually attempt an overtake on Betsky at any time soon, but doesn't look to be, although Boucher's going to try one on Crow. Boucher's had enough of this train, she's going for the move.
The outside.
On Crow, and Crow a bit out of shape over here, but holds it. And that's good news for Betsky, she's now got a 2nd ahead of this train. I'm actually beginning to drag it look, so this is for me, Balajin, Dion and Lindqvist having a fight for 8th place. Balajin ahead of Firmino, Lindqvist ahead of Dion, and also in the background there you can see Ezio and Amura fighting it up for 12th, down towards the right-hander lead. So before the long one, Balajin in front of Firmino, then Lindqvist, Dion, and then behind these you saw that fight between Ezio and Amura, where Ezio's come out on top, and then Rodel completes the points ahead of Baminu. We head through here. Now towards the double right-hander before you set it up for the hairpin. Up 6 of 14 here in Malaysia. Balajin, Firmino, Lindqvist. None of them make a move in this particular train. Lindqvist had a little look at the end of it. Then Dion.
Oh. No more the crash somewhere.
Cool, look. But that might have come during the Ezio scrap earlier on and all that. Doesn't seem to have affected him too much, so not sure when or how he sustained it, but it hasn't impacted him clearly. This happened a long time ago, so not sure who or what happened to the motor. Damage to the back of that car, evidently.
Well, it happened.
Yeah. And we see Avenue going down the inside of Rodel, and he's now into the point. Ahead of Rodel, who's down to 50, and then Munat and Hackinson behind these. And then a couple of seconds down the way, there's Antonio Torres, who's ahead of Mendes. So, not been a horrible race for Torres. 18th place. There's a chance of points there in the pits, but we'll have to wait and see. So, see, Dion's actually got ahead of Lindqvist at some point. After final corner. See now Lindqvist trying to get back ahead of Dion, but it's not going to happen there. So back to this fight, Boucher on the back of Crow. Knight extends her lead to 2.5 seconds. Down into turn 1.
Boucher tries again.
Boucher goes to move on the inside. It didn't work out for her last lap, but she's doing it again. She's a bit closer this time, I feel, although Lakeside is also throwing his nose into the ring.
Oh.
Crow does leave the door open though. Boucher was just close enough that she couldn't do that, but now she can steal it. Lakeside, also Leicester's back off into the fight here. Oh, and Goldschmidt's blown up. That's not good news for Drake. If that happens to Torres. To see Munat trying to get ahead of Rodel for 15th place. I say Munat in the far superior Envy is going to get pretty easily done, and that's a lot of fighting going on here.
No one just bombed the field.
So let's have a look what happened here. Down into the corner. And car just wouldn't slow down, he goes straight into the back of Ezio. and actually makes a bit of contact with Dion on the exit for good measure. So the stewards will definitely have a look at that one by the moment. But he's into 11th place at the moment anyway. In all honesty, the fight between Val Boucher and Licksteiner has just allowed Betsky to pull 2 seconds ahead of them.
That's interesting.
Oh,
But Boucher's
Boucher's gone
ahead.
for the big one crown and she's finally got it done. So Boucher's finally going to be able to start catching up to Betsky.
Or will Bexy keep her behind for any longer? Is the question now.
Well, Betsky's currently 3 seconds up the road, so we'll have to wait and see. But
Update and Cordova.
yeah, finally got the job done.
Update and Prober. Has he still been teleported, or is he away from the
Yeah.
third dimension?
Either way, here's Barish in an 8.
Yep, definitely been a 9th. Going through the S's, this middle sector of the
Oh.
Malaysian circuit. Liechtenstein in 6th. Can
Oh,
he...
Leicester losing a lot of time.
Maybe he had some issues, maybe? Or is he just
Oh,
slow?
just side by side.
My most had a horrible run out of the last corner, but there's
And
more
having... There's Dion. Oh, dear,
in
baby.
the point. Oh, and he
Oh.
goes straight to the back of the mower.
I jinxed it!
Oh, and the mower's half spun.
Oh, I
I
jinxed
actually
it.
contact with Babineau. Okay, so
That's the
obviously
revenge.
that's Dion's revenge for Nomura kamikazing into the back of Ezio and then hitting her. So now Dion repays the favour to Nomura by whamming him from behind.
Oh, no, she misjudged her breaking point. Oh, terribly. Oh,
Very
god,
conveniently
no.
happening to the former Nürburgring driver.
Yeah, I mean...
And then you can see he came back on a white Avenue. So
It's
they'll
just-
be having a look at both those incidents from both Dion and Nomura. But, yeah, this is Nomura's perspective of it all. So, you can see from behind he gets whacked. So obviously the wheel is unsettled, and as he's trying to get going, well, Babineau's gone right to the waiting line and really couldn't have seen Nomura until he came off the corner. So, we'll wait and see.
While Kral had tried to... What the
Raul
f...
Oh, he's
has
back.
got back ahead of Boucher, and Licksteiner is also trying to get ahead of Boucher.
Is the all-women's top 5 being dissolved by Roman fucking Liechtensteiner?
Yeah, nah, basically this is why men are superior.
I think this...
Either
now it will get demonetized again.
We don't get monetized anyway, so who cares? Here's Nomura trying to go back down the inside of Babineau, and
He does
put
it.
himself up to 13.
Oh.
Well, he did briefly, but he lost a lot of time on the exit. So Munat has got past, and now Hackinson has got past.
And then the
So
pit stop. When is gonna be the pit stop? I think it's lap 12. What's for you?
It'll be at
Soon.
some point during this race.
What lap exactly do you think?
A lap between now and the end of the
Soon.
race.
I'd say 12.
Let's have a look. Well, Knight's leading by 4 seconds to Nikolaev. And then there's 4 seconds back to Betsky, and then 4 seconds back to Crow.
Yep, exactly like that.
So,
I mean, it's interesting how these cars have managed to handle the S's and Sepang better than the last race, and
well, I mean, they're always upgrading the cars, aren't they? So,
But still, I think the drag
over. And you get to Hackinson.
in the very
And
difficult
then
third
behind
sector.
them, you can see a certain Spanish man.
Angelino
Although
Torres,
he is getting dive bombed by Mendez right
By
now.
the Spanish.
another Spanish man.
Yeah, Spaniard versus Spaniard for 17th, but
Nova has been so far struggling in this race, as we have noticed him.
he's not behind Rodel, who's also had a poor race, to be fair. She started 9th, she's down to 19th. So, the track which brought us some good results last season, not really going to work out this year, unless she does well in the sprint race. As Kraus stays ahead of Boucher and Licksteiner.
And Kraus basically like Pierre Gasly at the Monaco Grand Prix.
Okay.
Haley Knight here doing her race, doing her far best to win this race. I think 5 seconds to
Yeah,
Nikolaev.
this should be a surprise.
Should be a surprise result for Ranga, who of course needs
Well,
these
that's if
points.
Knight doesn't blow up. And also, the pit stops go to plan.
I mean, it would be a surprise for them to win. It would be a good result for them, but they could stay away clear of the relegation zone, having overall a decent start to the season.
But that obviously depends on whether or not Knight blows up, because, well, as we've discovered, Ramicus has the natural pace of snail.
Yeah, sadly does. Ramakis is let down in last. Oh, Cordova managed to get past.
Oh!
Cordova managed to get past Torres.
Into Linkbus.
He probably half
Yeah.
spun or something, had a
Dion
bad
goes
exit.
down the inside. Oh, that got close.
And does it.
But Dion's up into the top 10 from 18th. She
Solid
started this race
race.
behind Linkbus. She's now 10th. She started this race alongside Cordova in 18th. Cordova is now 19th, and she's now 10th. Also, Torres dropped to 20th.
Yep.
Don't know how, don't know when, but it happened. Oh,
Nomura's
pit
pitting.
stops.
So, second, third. Oh, don't,
No.
pit stops?
Pit stops, yep.
It's a pretty early pit stop for him. Also for him. Pretty early, isn't it?
Torres is losing a lot of pace, I'd say.
Goldschmidt?
Goldschmidt just
Goldschmidt is
gave up
pitting.
even getting into the garage at that point.
Oh, he couldn't be asked anymore, yeah.
There's that little train.
What? It
Of
should be a
Boucher,
good
Kral,
strategy for
Lichtsteiner.
Torres.
Not he's pitting. And you could expect maybe Leicester to pit to try to get the jump over them. Nomura now coming in for his first pit stop.
Yeah, so Nomura will be the
Yeah.
highest. Right, let's see.
Number we need
But yeah,
to be
they gotta turn right halfway through the corner, haven't they? So you see them out, you go to the right outside, where they lose a lot of time.
Could be dangerous for other.
Oh,
Kral's
Felicia back
pitting.
ahead of Crow, is she? Yes, she is.
Is Leicester pitting? Is Lichtsteiner pitting?
Leicester.
Anyone up front
Okay,
pitting
yeah.
maybe? Nikolaev?
Oh.
Kra.
Yeah, Nikolaev
The
and
only
Kral.
drivers who pit so far, Nomura, Lim, and Torres.
Anyone else? The Balajan, no. Firmino? Lindqvist is out again in front of Dion. Dion's pitting, I think.
And Ezio also in this fight, and also one of the NBs, that's Moonat. He's got past. Oh!
Oh.
There's Moonat making places.
Okay. Barbinier's not pitting. Mendes as well not. Mendes is, okay. Rodel is not. Gio is. Nomura is now out of the pits.
Yep.
74 seconds behind,
There
but
he
you
comes
gotta.
Oh.
And Torres
was
is
close.
ahead of him. So,
Was some little, almost a little pit incident there.
yeah, well, Lim was coming out as Torres was going past, so they just about avoided each other. But,
Anyone else? Oh, Nikolaev.
Bowles
Boucher
lost
is
a lot
not
of time to
clear.
Boucher, so I wonder if the tyres fall off pretty quickly once they fall off here.
Yes, the tires
Well,
fall off once they fall off.
Yes, no, as in when the tyres, like, as in the tyre wear, right, so, yeah, no. So when the tyre wear, so basically when the tyre, I don't know where this is going. So when the tyre falls off, right, it's
Falls
like
off, yeah.
it's a very steep drop off in performance. Whereas at other tracks, maybe the performance wouldn't be so sharp of a drop off.
When the tires.
Because I also noticed Torres fell off a cliff before he came into the pits.
Yeah, Balajan's not pitting. Firmino is.
So maybe with these new cars.
Oh, Dion has dropped off, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yellow flags.
No, it's just because the pits. It's just because the pits, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe as the stint's come to an end, the pace really does fall off a cliff. Well, Knight leads by 8 seconds now, but they're all going to pit. Let's see
Much
where
better.
they...
Becky behind her, so be
No.
fair. Becky is not the fastest of drivers.
Yeah, I think the rest will pit now.
Oh,
Lindqvist and Munat.
yep. 2 titles.
Dion Mendes. You is also in the pits.
Ezio behind these.
I think Mendes is out of the pits now. Kral is out.
Clouds come out 17. Want to wait and see where the others are at.
I think we could look at the pit stops now. Kral, Mendes. Anyone else coming out?
Oh.
Firmino. And Dion. Is she coming out? Is she coming out in front of Nomura? Is the question.
Well, here comes the Moore down the main straight.
No.
And Nomura's ahead.
Oh, well, very closely though.
Oh, no.
Is
No.
Ah,
No, she doesn't have the warm tire, so.
Torres' hopes of points died about as quickly as you would expect. Oh well. He was one
Oh.
place away from getting the reverse grid pole as well.
Mm.
Ezio had to
Currently-
block that.
Currently, the reverse grid pole is Cordova, but he has the pit.
No, it's Torres. It's Ezio. Because it haven't been done off race for ages. Are you drunk?
Qualifying, oh yeah.
See, kids, this is what happens when you spend the half an hour preparing for qualifying and playing FIFA.
Shut up.
No.
We had some issues with Motorline.
I'm gonna blame issues with your train.
They
Not
had like 6 drivers coming up for the Malaysian Grand Prix and only 2 were selected. That's the issue.
right. Well, Knight came in. Right.
If you wonder what happened
Knight
to
is
Benjamin
already out.
Madison?
Knight
Oh,
got a quick one.
I think she's gonna win this race unless something bad happens to her.
That is Nikolaev, but Knight is clear.
We can see Nikolaev coming out. I think Knight has won this.
Oh, where is Bechki?
I don't think
There's
Beksky is gonna
Beksky.
come out on second. She is. She
No,
is. Oh,
that's
it's
really
close.
close.
It's gonna be
Nikolaev.
close. It's gonna be very close.
Oh!
Oh!
Nikolaev, Nikolaev.
Kral up to 7th. Cordova. No.
Nikolaev has already got the temperature into the tyres, remember?
True.
She goes right round the
Yeah, on the
outside and
outside.
takes P2. So Nikolaev has got P2 back.
Lichtsteiner jumped Kra.
Yep.
Let's stay 7th.
Oh, someone's coming out.
So
Oh,
Balajin.
that's the train coming. Balajin. I thought Firmino's gonna jump all these cars.
Right, so Balajin 8th. Firmino 9th. 10th place goes to Lindqvist. Then comes Munat.
Dion's 15th.
Dion is in the points actually. She's
14th.
Oh,
This little fight
number
here.
on warm tires.
Namura trying to make this go into a freeway fight. Dion sneaks her nose down the inside. Obviously, all these cars
Oh,
haven't got their
much
tyres up to
much better
temperature yet.
Oh, it's a
traction.
slow car front. Lindqvist.
Oh, what overtake by Newman.
Well,
Number.
Namura's up to 11th, then Munat, then Ezio, then Dion. Namura could still get a penalty for his incident early on at this corner. But we'll have to wait and see. Same with Dion, who's currently 14th for Barry Namura at the final corner. It's a couple of laps to go then. And there's the order. You can see Cordova out of position. Lim Singh gets firing out for last.
Ultra just parking up the car where it needs to be. Well, very quiet race.
Not really.
96
Looks like
seconds
Boucher
clear.
having a fight.
No, there's a quiet race up front. Knight and Nikolaev.
Slight fight for 4th here. Looks like and Boucher.
Beksky is.
Good points of platinum.
I mean, it's good points for Shogun Yokai of a podium here. With the number 69, very mature.
Let's have a look then. It looks like I can get ahead of Boucher. Down towards turn 1. I think he might be too far back, but you never really know with these drivers. Down
You
towards
never know.
turn
Could be-
1. Yeah.
No.
Wait, look at the gap between Leicester and Balajin.
Jesus, that's mental.
25 seconds.
I think pitting a lap earlier has helped them.
I'll have to wait and see.
Remember, Nikolaev came in a lap earlier, and I was second. She jumped Beksky. I think who else came in a lap early? Firmino, didn't he? Yeah, Firmino came in. He's in the 9th.
Turn 1. No.
Oh, Bonaventura and Dion are fighting there.
Oh, Dion and Ezio get close, and now Papinu gets involved.
But Dion's able to
Nothing
stand off.
changes, because we're on the penultimate lap of the race.
We'll see what happens.
Starts getting kicked up there by Papinu.
Yep.
For the right hander we go. So Ezio P13. He'll get his chance at a win tomorrow in the reverse race. But don't get that.
Must have
I mean,
been
that's
better now.
play, isn't it? Boucher and Luxana for 4th. So we head through this right-hander with a right-hander into the hairpin. Don't think this will be an overtake. I don't see why it would be an overtake. It's not an overtake.
Well, we'll see what happens, don't we?
Meanwhile,
it is. Race result.
Knight started the final lap of the race. He's actually going through turn 1 now, so... But, yeah. Gonna have a look, see. towards the final corner, and nothing happened. So,
This will be the last lap.
yeah, currently Dion gets the last point, although obviously with penalties potentially penalties potentially incoming for her in the mower. Still a chance of points above you. This is the main thing, isn't it? Will Alexander get past Boucher for fourth? Or could be a very solid out on the pattern. They're currently second and fifth. They could get second and fourth here for the double right hander we go. Can Alexander keep it hooked to the back of Boucher? He can. Question is, will he put up with the move at the hairpin?
Well,
No. And that's probably that.
Yep.
He sends it in the final sector somewhere.
Well, there is the last turn, which is the hairpin.
Roll has
I've seen too
overtaken.
many overtakes there though. But
It's a difficult. We have seen cars pulling off major moves at corners you usually don't overtake, like sector 3. That thing basically is unovertakeable in these S's.
Boucher appears to have just got a slight gap on the left style. But Knight's about to go for the final
I think
corner
the
now.
podium is
Haley
basically
Knight
as comes around the
That's
last corner for Ranga, the first victory in WTCL, and Haley Knight comes across the line here in Malaysia to win the Malaysian Grand Prix, the first race of those 2 races here. Massive result for them. And Nikolai comes in second for a nice showing of Platinum's pace. Then Shogun Yukaina surprise podium with basically Boucher rescues the Esther pointer as 4th, and Dick Chandler finished out the top 5, followed by Kral in 6th, less than 7th. Kral, major performance here for Ironside, massive.
Now we wait.
Now we wait, as I'll come to tell you about the...
now we just wait.
Balazs is coming down the straight here, around the last corner now, I think. Yep, there he is. Firmino's directly behind him. Balazs coming out across the line here in 8th, followed by Firmino, who's pulled off a massive pit gamble and it worked out for him, getting a couple of solid points. There's Linkfus in 10th, who started this race second. Where did he start? Muniz 13th, Dion rounds up the points, Bobinho 15th. Packets at 16th, Meneses 17th, Torres 18th, Rodel 19th, GU 20th. Cordova, a disappointing result, 21st, Lin 22nd. Tiberian title challenge, is it still on? We don't know.
No.
Yes.
Yes! You see, actually.
Oh my god, they've showed up with a rocket.
Oh god, they actually do. Oh, please. You should find these people. Tell them that the title challenge is never on.
It's
Wow.
because their team principal is about to... It's just because their team principal takes drugs.
I mean, basically, I mean...
So don't take drugs, kids, or else you end up like Georgie.
You end up like him. There's no debate. You not end up like him. You end up like... You are him at the end of the day if you take drugs. So don't do them, kids.
Oh, what an interesting race this was.
Yep. Pretty solid race.
89. I mean, the top 3 is full of surprises. And then 6 also surprising. The car.
Pretty surprising result for her, yeah. Would expect her to be there. Certainly not on a weird qualifying.
Yeah, well, it is mixed.
Haley Knight had a
qualifying.
mission today. She said, I'm gonna start here second. I'm gonna overtake him on the first corner and lead this race. That's her mission, and she done that perfectly.
So in the standings, I think Stoffer will still lead.
I think so, yeah.
And probably Vaimori moving to second. And then Esther.
Yeah, likely
maybe.
to move in second, yeah.
Santos. I think Emily will be down to 5th. Because they scored 12. That's 4 points. And 2 for the fast lap. 6 points. I mean, that's not that bad.
It's
Like,
also not
Firmino
good, is it?
not far ahead. And in the relegation fight, massive points for Shogun, Yukai and Ironside.
Yep.
So it's a long season, but
It's still a long season, but these points could be proving vital at the end.
yeah, so I think now Shogun and Ironside. We'll be probably like 12 points ahead or more.
Yep.
Yeah, so they can have some time to relax and maybe just put together a big upgrade package for the end of the season.
And make a good run to the end of the season, and hopefully, well, hopefully, stay up. I mean, that's probably the most important goal here. Upside down hasn't really
Well, I mean,
performed
I
great
don't
in
think
the season.
Upside Down will be the one to fight. It will be Drake, but Drake, despite singing Torres, they haven't improved.
They have been stuck on pretty not a good one.
Yeah,
It's
but
not.
we will see tomorrow because Torres will start from 15 again.
Yep.
But of course, Shogun Yoka and Ironside will be starting ahead. So, to find out who will get the most points, tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow we have ITCL and GTCL
Of
too, I
course.
think.
Yep. Got
Yeah,
JTCL
so
here
it's
tomorrow.
stacked weekend. So,
Very packed weekend indeed.
yeah, make sure to check those races, and until then, goodbye.
Bye.